Hey, hey, what's happening? I got a new video. I got a new video. Alesia Michelle, I'm ready to go.
Hey,
Eurovision fam, are you ready for the show? Hey, Eurovision fam, it's Alesia Michelle.
And Daffo.
Yeah, she's back. Today is really exciting because I am, one, not alone. I have someone else here who you may know from some of my videos last year. But if you don't, introduce yourself really quickly.
I'm Daffo of the Coolots, the COOLOTS. Look us up. I do a lot of other things too. I'm a musician. I host things. Shout out.
Okay. So today is really exciting because we've got 13 songs, but lucky for us and lucky for you, you get to get our top 5 as of now, February 18th, 2019. Okay, so we're gonna count down our top 5. We're gonna start from our honorable mention, and then we're gonna work our way up to our number 1 right now. All right, we're gonna kick it off with your honorable mention.
My honorable mention, the Czech Republic, man. I have to give it to them. It's like, I like it. It's poppy.
Can you hear it? It sounds like you and me when we're making love.
Oh, I like it. It's poppy. I like a little poppy. Catchy. A little breezy. Reminds me of like the first warm day of spring when you like rolling down your windows and you try.
That's a nice memory.
Just like, yeah.
That's a nice memory.
Put these windows down. Turn it up.
Okay, so my honorable mention is sort of interesting because I feel like this is my honorable mention because I kind of don't really know how to feel about it right now. I feel sort of like, do I really like this? Do I hate it? But honestly, I think that that's a good thing because it means that it's sort of memorable. And I think the songs that I sort of feel this like uneasiness with sometimes I end up really growing to like. So mine is, Romania.
Loving you is a hard price to pay.
Yeah, the song is interesting. I think the vocal is good, but the vocal tone is odd. To me, it's a little bit odd. So for me, I don't know if I'm like in love with it right now. But I did like the fact that we got like a full stage show, and I definitely had something visual happening that I think kind of told a story like that was reflective of the song. Yeah, but it's weird. I don't know how to feel. I don't really know how to feel about the entry as a whole. So that's why for me, it just has to be my honorable mention. It wasn't bad, but I also didn't feel like it was something that I would put in my top 10 for sure. I just don't know if once we get some of the other songs, if it will even be anywhere near my top 10. I don't know, because I think some other countries are going to have some songs that are going to easily tick this down for me, but I do think the song and the performance is strong enough to potentially make the final, even though Romania did not make the final last year. So we're moving on to your number 5. What is your number 5?
Speaking of Romania, it's my number 5.
Okay.
It's my number 5. I like the vocals, and I dig the drama and all that bass. That bass just like got in my soul, you know what I mean? And shout out to the guitarist in the video. He was something special.
He was special.
Yeah, but no, I just dug it. I felt it a lot. So.
Okay, cool.
Number 5.
Well, my number 5, this is kind of weird because I think like we flipped. So my number 5 is Czech Republic, Friend of a Friend. And honestly, I just think that this song it's catchy, it's fun, but honestly what did it for me was the fact that I really liked the live performance that they did in Ukraine. I liked the styling. I thought the vocal was doing what the vocal was doing in the track. So I was kind of listening to the track like, will he actually be able to hit these notes on stage live? And it seems like, the answer is yes.
He did it.
He can do that. And the thing that I really like about this entry, it actually reminds me of a friend in London, Denmark's entry. I forgot what year that was, but come on boys, come on girls, in this crazy, crazy world. I really like that song, and I still do listen to it. I have it on my phone, so I still listen to that song, and there's just something really sweet and kind of Brit pop electro, but then a little bit of like 80s throwback to it. So I kind of like a lot of the references in the song, and yeah, I mean, that live performance in Ukraine really did it for me.
Solidified it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is cute. I like it.
Word.
I like it. Okay, what's your number 4?
Latvia. That's my number 4. I dug it.
Love all night through.
Latvia is my number 4. I like folk music. I like folky music. I like the upright bass in it. You know what I'm saying? All the real live instruments. It's like easy listening, but it makes me still want to like slap my knee and tap my foot a little bit at the same time. Not too hillbilly-esque, but just in a good way. You know what I mean? I like their vocals. They seemed effortless, and they get my number 4.
Okay, well, my number 4 is also Latvia. It's funny because I do think the song is growing on me. I think what set it off for me really was the live performance. I liked the fact that they did the black and white. I liked sort of the light kind of orbs that they had. I just thought the staging was really good, really thoughtful. And I do like folky music. I mean, as many of you guys know, the Common Linnets was one of my favorite Eurovision entries of all time. I just really, really love Calm After the Storm. And I am getting some Common Linnets vibes, but I will say this, I don't think that this is going to stay in my top 10.
Okay.
I really, really don't. And I think, honestly, the only reason why I don't think it'll stay in my top 5, and it definitely won't stay in my top 10, is because I just think the song, much like the band name, is a carousel, and it just goes round and around, and we never really have like peaks and valleys. And I think at the end of the day, like, I like the song, I like it a lot, and it's very much so something that I would listen to. I don't think it is Eurovision competitive, and I think there are going to be some songs that are going to come out, and although this might have the unique factor in genre to push it, I think, to potentially get into the final, I think a lot of other countries are going to stomp on it a little bit with just some really, really impactful songs. This is going to be a tough year. This is going to be a really tough year at Eurovision, I think. So, yeah, so that's my number 4. Okay, so tell me, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is the UK. Yeah, I did get Ricky Bobby in it. Like, what do I do with my hands when I was watching it? But I enjoyed the vibe of it, the feel. He hits those runs nicely. Like, he be singing. He be singing.
Boo Boo can sing.
Boo Boo can sing. He be
Boo Boo
singing.
can sing.
You know what I mean? And I'm inspired, and I like it. It was, I felt good about it. And what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Estonia.
Even if the sky falls down, we can turn it all around.
I really, really, really liked Estonia. I like the Avicii vibes. It does kind of have that Eurovision song sound, but I don't think that that's a negative. I think that this is the Eurovision Song Contest, so I am not surprised to hear a song that sounds like it belongs in the Eurovision Song Contest. Really, for me, this is the full package. The vocal was good. I do think the vocal could be stronger, but we will get there. I think the guy's good looking. He's a cute guy. The staging was really cool. I really like the staging. We could drop the background singer coming in. We don't need that. But the song, I thought it was inspiring, just like I think the UK kind of made you feel inspired. For me, I felt a little bit inspired, and I felt like uplifted. I really liked the Avicii kind of sound to the production. I thought that, I think some people are like, oh, this is like biting it. I'm like, you can be inspired. It didn't necessarily sound exactly like an Avicii song. It just sounded kind of like Avicii styled, and I don't think that that's bad. I really liked Estonia this year, and honestly, I could say this is a song that I could see remaining in like my top 10, top 15. And I think I'll like it more. I think the more that I listen to it, the more I actually like it. So yeah. So now we're getting down to the wire. We're down to basically our top 2. This is going to be exciting, okay? Because I think we have different ones. We might have different top 2s. I don't know. So we will see. So what is your number 2?
My number 2 is France, man.
I can't see my kingdom now.
I liked it. I liked the aesthetic of the fella, I liked his voice. I mean, he did need to breathe one good time before he hit that high note, because he quite didn't hit it that high long note in the end, and like
Was the note really that high though?
well, maybe it wasn't high, but he just didn't breathe. But it didn't kill the whole performance for me. I enjoyed it, and you know, I liked how he did his crown. Like, you know, I'm gonna wear my crown. You know, it's all about self-affirmation and being yourself and being okay with that. So shout out to France, man. I dig it.
Yeah, France is nowhere near my top 5. I don't think France will ever be in my top 5. I don't think France will ever be in my top 10. Because to me, the song is just too basic. And the vocal has not... If you have a song that's already basic, there's no real high notes in the song. There are no high notes.
Aren't you supposed to tell your like, are you critiquing mine?
I'm not critiquing yours. I'm just saying that France would never touch my top 5 or my top 10 for this entire Eurovision season, because that vocal is not where it needs to be, and it's not doing... You are not dancing enough. You do not have high enough notes for you to not be bringing the power behind that vocal. And to me, the song is basic. You know, it's nothing really even that special with the song, personally, other than the personal story, which I think a personal story is great, but I'd like a song to go with my personal story.
There we have it.
My number 2 right now is Italy. My number 2 is Italy. I really like this song. I really like it a lot. The only reason why I have it at my number 2 is because this song is gonna need some really thoughtful staging. Because it's a really good song. I mean, I think I think the hook is good. It's performed well. Now I need to know what story you're gonna tell me on stage, because he cannot just be standing there singing the song, stepping left and right. Like, no, I need to know if I'm gonna have dancers. I don't think we necessarily need them, but I need to know what that full package is gonna be, and I cannot give it my number 1 without having some type of idea of how they're gonna present it on stage, because it could end up being a big old mess, or it could be really great, and then it'll be in my number 1 slot, because I really like that song. I don't even have anything negative really to say about it. I think it's great start to finish. What is your number 1?
Italy. Italy is my number 1. I do agree with you. Like, like, it should be a dancer or something. Somebody doing something. Because guy's too cool for school. You know, he's like, look, I'm just about to sing this. And that's what makes it hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what makes it hip-hop. Points, 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 points. You know what I mean? But nah, he hit those notes.
Yeah.
It was intense.
Yeah.
I dig it. It made me feel good. I was like into it. I do want to see what they do with staging.
Yeah.
But just off the song by itself, top notch. I dig it.
Yeah, Italy.
I like it a lot.
Italy's really strong this year. I think they want to host Eurovision. Italy wants to host the Eurovision Song Contest. And to be blunt, I want to go to Italy. So, TikTok, televoters, and jury, and Italy, you know. And thank you to Italy for giving us a package that I think would be worthy of a win. But again, I need to see that staging. The moment we've all been waiting for. Yeah, my number 1 is Australia. This is a package that could win. I'm sorry. It's a package that could legitimately win. And I think it would be a well-deserved win. I think we've got a vocal that is heart-stopping. I think that it is a track that is catchy, and it definitely is a little bit of like an earworm. You know, the staging is going to be different. I know the staging is going to be different because Australia always like kind of mixes it up with their staging. So I do think the staging is going to be different. I do think that they should drop the whole dress concept, just because I don't think that we really need it. Personally, I just don't think that it's necessary. But again, I do think that this is the Eurovision Song Contest, so you have to stand out, and that would stand out. I didn't mind anything else. I mean, this is just a package that could win. And the only reason why I think it might not win is because there are still televoters who don't want to vote for Australia because they think for some odd reason, like, you know, oh, well, Australia shouldn't even be competing. Like, who cares? They're going to be in the Eurovision Song Contest between now and, 2023 or 20. I think they just signed some deal that they'll be in the Eurovision Song Contest. So the sooner you get over it, really, like, the better. Like, just let that shit go, because the song is good. The staging is going to be good because it's Australia. So the staging is going to be good. This is a package we can all get behind. I mean, honestly, if Australia wins, we'll end up getting to go to either Germany, the UK, or Sweden. So I'm not complaining about any of that. That all sounds fine to me.
Lady in the white dress. She was up real high.
Yeah.
And then the person behind her was
Yes.
I want to ride that thing. It seems very fun.
All right, then.
Shout out to the person who's riding it. You did a good job.
Well, that was our top 5 so far. What do you think? Talk to us in the comments below. Do you agree? Talk to us in the comments below. Do you disagree? That's okay too. Talk to us in the comments below. This is a conversation, and you know it. Let's get excited for Eurovision 2019. Bye.